Dear learners and viewers, hello everyone. Today we have topic on Hugh Dalton's principle of maximum social advantage. Okay, we have a discussion on this topic. So, principle of maximum social advantage was introduced by the British economist Hugh Dalton. Okay, what the principle states? The state should collect revenue and spend the money so as to maximize the welfare of the people. When the state imposes taxes, some disutility is created. Okay, the state responsibility are should collect revenue. Okay, from tax revenues and non-tax revenues. Okay, we have not discussed the non-tax revenues because uh, the taxes is whenever the government is imposed the taxes on different goods and on different income groups. Okay, for that the people will feel that psychologically, mentally they feel they are sacrificing their amount of money in the form of taxes paid to the government. Okay, that is called the dissatisfaction and disutility or sacrifice their amount of money paid, some amount of money paid to the taxes to the government. Okay, another hand, when the state spends some money there is gain in utility. Okay, when the government is spending their income on the different development and non-development activities, the people will get the benefit, will get the utility from the government spending activities. The state should so adjust. Okay, the state's responsibility to adjust the what amount of revenue or income is there, how much of amount of spend on different activities. It is a very important when the government is have that much of concentration on that adjustment of revenue and expenditure, that is surplus of utility is maximized, disutility or satisfaction sacrifice is minimized. Okay, the utility is getting from the government expenditure, and disutility is from the taxes. Okay, or sacrifices from the taxes. Okay, that should be, disutilities should be minimized and utility is maximized is the very important thing in the principle of maximum social advantage. The principle states in this have this information in this principle. Okay, okay, we have the two concepts are there: marginal social sacrifice, marginal social benefit. Okay, what is the definition of general definition of the marginal social sacrifice? The amount of social sacrifice undergone by public due to the imposition of an additional unit of tax. Okay, we have to remember marginal, it is the nothing but the additional. Okay, so whenever the government is additional unit of tax imposed by the people on different type of goods, it should be getting the sacrifice by the people. Okay, it is called the social sacrifice. Every unit of imposed by the imposed tax, every unit of tax imposed by the government, taxes result in loss of utility. Okay, in every time year by year taxes slabs is also a different percentage is also increased or decreased. Whenever the increasing of the taxes rates, it is called the additional unit of tax, and it is also shows the loss of utility of the people. Okay, whenever we take the definition according to the Dalton of a marginal social sacrifice, the additional burden is nothing but the marginal sacrifice resulting from additional units of taxes goes on increasing. Okay, every additional unit of taxation creates greater amount of sacrifice on society. Okay, the additional burden, it is nothing but the marginal sacrifice. Okay, the additional burden is getting from the additional units of taxation goes on increasing. Okay, whenever the additional taxes is increasing 10 percentage to 20 percentage, 20 percentage, 30 percentage. Okay, whenever we have take the example that whenever the percentage of taxes is increased on goods or any income taxes groups, definitely it is a resulted shows the additional burden or marginal sacrifice. Okay, that additional unit of taxation creates the sacrifice on the society. Okay, definitely whenever the example previous the income taxpayer is paid in form of taxes to the government 50,000 rupees per year. Now present year, whenever the taxpayer is the same tax, same person is spend paid amount to the government in the form of taxes 60,000 rupees. Okay, 50 to previous year 50,000, now year 60,000, means the percentage of income is increased, and the percentage of taxes is also increased. So that's why the amount of tax amount paid by the people is increased. Okay, whenever the increasing of is uh, money is increasing in the form of taxes, definitely the sacrifice is also increased. Okay, and disability also we have to see, means previously 50,000, now the 60,000. Okay, 10,000 is a different differentiation we have getting from previous years to present year. That's why we have feel some sacrifice, we have feel some okay, disutility, because of some 10,000 rupees of money is extra money is deducting from our income. Okay, okay, this is the diagrammatical explanation of margin social sacrifice. Okay, x-axis represents the unit of taxes in rupees, y-axis represents the marginal social sacrifice. X-axis units of taxes M1, M2, M3. Okay, y-axis margin social sacrifice. In this MS curve, we have getting the MS curve from the units of taxes, margin social sacrifice. When the unit of taxes is a OM1, that is the margin social sacrifice S1. When the unit of taxes is going to the increased M2, social sacrifice is also S2. Next M3, S3. It is the left to right upward direction the curve is going, means whenever the unit of taxes is increased M1 to M3, the sacrificeness of people is also additional burden is also increased. Simply diagram. Okay, increasing margin social sacrifice. Okay, are you understanding? M1, M2, M3 is the units of taxes is increased. M1 it is the initial, M2 additional, M3 is the additional, means it is increasing of the unit of taxes imposed by the government. The people will also feel very burden to their S1 is initial, S2, S3, means they are paid the amount is also increased in the form of taxes to the government. That's why whenever the sacrifice is, whenever the taxes is increased rates, the social their sacrifice, their amount paid, extra amount is also paid to the government. It is seen in this S1, S2, S3 in the y-axis. Okay, that's why we have to get the, whenever we combine these are all of the points, we get this curve, a marginal social sacrifice curve. Okay, it comes to 0 origin to left to right is upward direction forward. Okay, it's called, it is a positive relationship between the units of taxes and margin social sacrifice. It is the increasing of marginal, it shows the increasing of the margin social sacrifice. Okay, okay, that is the diagrammatical explanation. The above diagram indicates that the margin social sacrifice curves rises upwards from left to right. This indicates that the with each additional unit of taxation, the level of sacrifice has also increased. Okay, whenever the additional unit of tax is increased, the level of sacrifice is also increases. When the unit of taxation was OM1, the margin social sacrifice was OS1. Okay, previous we have OM1, OS1. Okay. Next, and with the increase in taxation at OM2, the margin social sacrifice rises OS2. Okay, this is the OM2. Next, OS2. Okay, this is the situation of occurred um, mm, in the society when the taxes is imposed, additional tax imposed by the government to the people in the society. Next concept is marginal social benefit. Okay, we have the definition: the benefit conferred on the society by an additional unit of public expenditure. Okay, when a benefit is conferred on the society, when additional unit, when the government is additional, when the government is decided to additional unit of government spending on the different activities. Okay, definitely people will also getting benefit from the government activities. Just as a marginal utility from a commodity to a consumer declines as more and more units of the commodity are made available to him. Okay, whenever just as margin utility from a commodity to a consumer declines. Okay, we have to know in the law of diminishing margin utility, when the consumer is purchasing more amount quantity of goods, whenever the quantity is purchased more by the consumer, maybe it leads to the decreasing or declines the consumer's utility. Okay, next, one minute. Okay, the social benefit from each additional unit of public expenditure. Okay, this is the you have to yeah, remember, marginal utility from a commodity. This shows the law of marginal utility. Okay, whenever the additional unit of goods consumed by the consumer, definitely the consumer will get the decline of their utility from the marginal additional unit of commodities. Okay, that's why though the social benefit from each additional unit of public expenditure declines as more and more units of public expenditure are spent. Okay, whenever coming into the social benefit. Okay, social benefit from each additional unit of public expenditure declines. Okay, whenever the government is spend more and more money on different welfare development activities, the consumer will the society total group of people will get the benefit from those active government spending money on different activities, will get the will get the decline of their benefit. Okay, additionally they will get the less benefit. Okay, this is the diagram. X-axis represent units of public expenditure in rupees. Y-axis represent the margin social benefit. Whenever OM is the quantity of the public expenditure, it is the initial. Next, the government spending money on different activities is increased to OM2. Next is also the increasing to OM3. Okay, the whenever we see the benefit. Okay, OM amount of money spending by the government, the people will get benefit to B1. Okay, next to OM2, B2, OM3 of a public expenditure, OB3 the social benefit. Okay, it's shows the whenever the units of public expenditure is increasing, M1 to M3, that B1 to B3, it is a decreasing of a benefit. Okay, definitely the people will getting the benefit from the government expenditure. If we have to take the example, the government is spending so many development activities, irrigation project, power projects. Okay, and another non-development activities, defense, land order, and different welfare activities also, on different act the government is spending. Okay, the people will get benefit for one level. Okay, the government spend more and more on different defense and welfare development activities, the people will, the society will not get the maximum utility, the utility will be declined. That's why that whenever the pants is going to the draw this margin social benefit curve will get this shows the units of public expenditure and margin social benefit is have the relationship between these aspects have the inverse relationship, means diminishing marginal social benefit from uh, this is the upward to downward direction is see the margin social benefit. Okay, margin social is nothing but the additional social benefit. Okay, additional social benefit getting from the additional unit of public expenditure is spending. So that is margin social benefit is have the decreasing or diminishing margin social benefit curve we have getting from the units of public expenditure, units of benefit. Okay, so diagram explanation. In the above diagram, the margin social benefit curve slopes downward from left to right and indicates that the social benefit derived out of public expenditure reducing at diminishing rate. When the public expenditure was OM1, the margin social benefit was OB1. And when the public expenditure OM2, the margin social benefit OB2. Means it shows the whenever the government expenditure is increasing on different activities, it leads to the decreasing the marginal social benefit of the people. So this is a very important. The point of maximum social advantage is it is described by the explained by the Hugh Dalton. Social advantage maximize the point of where margin social sacrifice cuts the margin social benefits. Okay, definitely we have in economics we have the equilibrium, we have the balanced, we have the maximized the social advantage from the those concepts margin social benefit, margin social sacrifice. Okay, next units of taxation and expenditure and margin social benefit and sacrifice. When this we have see the margin social benefit already we have discussed and margin social sacrifice. Okay, so this one is the OQ and OR1, it is the marginal social benefit. Okay, and this one is OQ2, this one marginal social sacrifice means this point shows the marginal social sacrifice S2 and OROQP, this means marginal social benefit and marginal social sacrifice is the same in this point. This called the social advantage is maximized at the point where the margin social sacrifice, this one margin social benefit cuts in this point P. Okay, means it's a same marginal maximum social advantage obtained at the point of interaction of MSS and MSP curves. Okay, the diagram explanation, this is at the point P. At this point the marginal disutility or social sacrifice is equal to the marginal utility or social benefit. Okay, means MSS and MSP simply, and at the point of B it is equal. Beyond this point the marginal disutility or social sacrifice will be higher and the marginal utility and social benefit will be lower. Before this point, the marginal utility or social benefit is more than marginal social disability or marginal social sacrifice. Simply we have okay this pants, okay this pants and this one. Okay, when the margin disability social sacrifice will be higher. Okay, this one social sacrifice is very higher and marginal social benefit or social benefit will be lower. Okay, this one. Next, before this point the marginal utility is more than the marginal disutility or social sacrifice. Okay, this one S2 and P2, this is Q2. Okay, this is the whenever the beyond this point and before this point, how the margin utilities are social benefit or margin social margin utility, it is nothing but the social benefit, margin disutility is nothing but the margin sacrifice. Okay, before the P point, after the P point we have the some lower and higher of the margin social benefit sacrifice is there, but at the point of P there is a equal of margin social sacrifice and margin social benefit. Okay, conclusion of these principles of maximum social advantage propounded by the Hugh Dalton. Maximum social advantage is achieved at the point where the margin social benefit of public expenditure and the margin social sacrifice of taxation are equated, where MSP is equal to MSS. This is the optimum limit of the state's public finance activity. Thus, public expenditure should be incurred up to the point where the margin utility due to the public expenditure as just equal to the marginal disutility due to the taxation of public income. Also simply MSP is called MSS is getting the point of P. This is called the limit of optimum limit of the state's public finance activity. Okay, means the government spending is also equal to the people's benefit. Public expense should be incurred up to the point where the margin utility due to the public expenditure. We have to remember margin utility is getting by the people from the public expenditure, and margin disutility is caused to taxation of the public income. Okay, this is the main principle of maximum social advantage in public finance. Okay, thank you all for watching this video. Okay, we will have the upcoming videos. Thank you.